Chassidus says, concerning morality, behavior, self-improvement, Chassidus says, don't attack your biggest Yetzer Hara. Don't confront your biggest weakness. Strengthen yourself by winning little battles in things that you know you can win. So a person has a huge problem that he's not honest. So he's going to sit down and say, I'm going to become honest. No, you won't. You're taking on a fight you can't win. But if you start improving on the flanks, not making a frontal attack, start chipping away at your Yetzer Hara in this area and that area where you can win. Then you build up your immune system, you gain control, and then you can take on the big fight, if you even need to. Remember, Giuliani cleaned up New York, not by stopping the murderers and the muggers, by stopping the boomboxes and the spitting in the street. And all of a sudden, the murderers and the muggers disappeared. Huh?
Broken window theory, they call it.
Yep. So, when an addict says, I want to stop being addicted, that's not how you go about it. You stop being addicted by reclaiming control over your life. Not by fighting the addiction. Fight the little battles to the right and to the left, and you will win the war. One final thing. Sometimes fighting is the worst thing you can do, because the more you resist, the more it persists. I had this very interesting experience. This woman came to talk to me about her problem. She's anorexic, or she was, she got better, but it's still a problem for her. So she starts telling me how she can't stand the thought of eating. It just makes her sick. So I said to her, it says in Chassidus that eating is a very animalistic behavior. It's a horrible, disgusting thing to do. And I made it sound a lot worse than she made it sound. That a human being has to stoop to eat the same food that a rabbit would eat if you don't. Well, you want to eat this or should I give it to the dog? That's what it's come down to? So I went on and on about how disgusting food is and how disgusting eating is and how degrading it is and how she was shocked. Because everybody she talked to gave her an argument. It's not, it's good. And she's not buying it. You know why? Because it's disgusting. Because she's right. And trying to argue with her only strengthened her conviction that nobody knows what they're talking about. And they can't see what is so obvious in front of their eyes. Eating is disgusting. No. Yes. So after describing how horrible and ugly eating is, I said, so I don't know why God did this to us. But you got to swallow your pride and eat something. It made a huge difference. So when you come to somebody and say, no, what you think and what you feel and no, it's not true, it's the exact opposite. You're setting up a resistance, you're intensifying the resistance. A woman many, many years ago came to me and said, I have a problem, I'm trying to be frum, but I'm gay. I live with a woman, and I said, well, are you tzniusdik in your relationship? She says, I'm living with a woman. I said, so? That's an excuse for not being tzniusdik? She was like, anyway, she decided, yeah, I'll try to be tzniusdik. 3 months later, they went their separate ways because it wasn't necessary anymore. Sometimes fighting it, even in your own mind, just makes it worse. So here's what's relevant concerning the issue and the time of year. If you try to regurgitate something you've already internalized, if you try to break a habit, if you try to change your behavior because you don't like the behavior, chances for success are not good. You can't love it and hate it. You're making yourself crazy. I want it, I need it, I love it, I hate it, I can't take it, it's killing me, you're not getting anywhere other than depressed. If you really want to change something, you can't blame the behavior. It's like a person who chain smokes. Says, I hate cigarettes. No, you don't. What are you saying? What are you doing? Oh, it's disgusting. Not really. Because a minute from now, you're going to light up a cigarette. So how do you change something? You have to change the issue, not the behavior. What is the issue here? For example, a person is in the habit of stealing. At home, children get into the habit, they steal stuff. Now you come to them and say, stealing is so bad, stealing is so wrong, stealing is... You're not necessarily going to succeed at all. Because rather obviously, he doesn't think it's disgusting, he doesn't think it's wrong, he doesn't think it's terrible. In fact, he thinks it's quite nice. He always has some money in his pocket. What's wrong with that? But if you say to him, your mother was going shopping, she thought there was money in her purse, and she got to the store and opened, and she was so embarrassed because the money wasn't there. Why would you do that to her? That's introducing a new consideration. It's not stealing is so bad. Doing this to your mother, come on, what are you doing? Now, she never decided in her mind that embarrassing her mother is acceptable. The child did decide that stealing is acceptable. So instead of arguing, confronting, you think this is right? You think this is acceptable? It's wrong. You don't do that. You bring in a consideration which the child is okay with, agrees with. You shouldn't embarrass your mother like that. If you do that, you change that changes the whole game. Instead of saying, what is wrong with me? I keep doing this. What is wrong with me that I need this? Stop with this. Enlarge the picture. It's not just you and this. There's a bigger picture. Bring in the rest of the picture. Your chances for succeeding are much greater.